Welcome back to another video. My name is Kevon Roach and this is my channel where I share what it's like being a full-time trader from the Caribbean, both on and off the charts. So if that sounds like it's something interesting to you, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe while you're at it because we got a lot more content coming your way. Anyhow, it's currently Monday, the new week, and as you can see here on the charts, we already had a trade for the day. This morning I had a buy that was an L. I called this trade out live actually with the premium community, but here's the thing, I actually got a recording of this trade being called out, and I recorded a video here as well, but you know, the live was in the background and it was kind of noisy, so I just said let me create a brand new video where I can actually give you a better explanation of what actually happened, and maybe I can tell you about the first reason that I was talking about from the previous video. If you haven't watched that video, then go back and watch it before watching this one. If it might not make sense, it's still gonna make sense regardless. You can skip ahead if you want, but yeah, so as some of you might know, some of you might not, some of you might, I actually had a part-time job, I can say. I was bartending part-time for about the past, it's probably been like 6 months now. Time been flying. I wouldn't put it past it being 6 whole months, but it was like a little bit after I started back posting on this channel recently. So I had this channel for a little while, but I only started posting this year, and yeah, the growth, by the way, I can't talk about this channel and not, you know, big y'all up, because you know the growth is just next level. But since posting back on the channel, I've just been trading full-time on my own, and then I started working part-time, you know, bartending, and actually I started off as a bar back. And for persons who don't know what a bar back is, it's a person that is in the bar or at the back of the bar, washing the dishes or assisting the bartenders with making drinks and stuff, or handing out beers and stuff like that. So eventually I got promoted to a bartender, so I was just mixing drinks and, you know, doing cocktails, margaritas and all these different things, which I learned, and you know, I appreciate that skill as well, learning that skill. But I was a bartender for a little while, and I recently resigned from being a bartender. One, there are many reasons, but I would say all are good. They're probably relative, because what would be good to me might not be good to somebody else, and you know, what might be good to somebody else might not be good to me. So yeah, they are necessary to me. One of the reasons being sleep, you know, so I would mostly just work at nights, so I would be able to trade. It would be a short shift, but it would be late, you know, it would be like from 6 p.m. to 12 or 11 most nights, but I would only get to go to bed like 2-3 a.m. or so, because I would use that time that I'm back home to finish off whatever work I had from my own trading and other businesses outside of trading and outside of my part-time job. So it would actually take a toll on my sleep, and you know, I wasn't as focused when it came to other areas of life, trading especially. I was still able to manage you know, multitasking or dealing with both things at the same time. At first it affected my trading. If we, you know, go back to probably early July, it affected my trading to some extent. I lost an account. I was doing a prop challenge and so on at the time. I think I mentioned it back in the video when I started working there, so you could see that correlation from when I started. And I guess after I got the hang of it, I was back to being consistently profitable and was able to, you know, pass challenges and get the certificate and all these things from the previous prop firm, and then also I got the certificate from the prop firm that I'm currently using now. And long story short, it's been going good for the past couple months. I didn't have an aim as to why I started working, but while working I developed an aim, and you know, I was cool earning not as like a standard amount or like a static amount, but at the same time, if I wanted to elevate both my trading, my content creating, my educating persons, you know, about trading and so on, and mentoring and reaching out and connecting with more persons, I would have to, you know, invest beyond what I'm currently able to invest. So I developed that aim. And during the course of my time there, I was able to reach that aim. So it got to the point where I met that aim. I was still trading, I was still doing everything that I had going on at the time, but my part-time job was beginning to take away from the time that I could dedicate to the other areas in my life, you know, trading included. And since I already met the target and I was already profitable, I was already, you know, I already had a plan on what I wanted to do, but the executing the plan was only being limited by my time there. I had to make a decision, and I just came to the conclusion that it was time for me to go back and focus on what I was doing and go all in, because yeah, I have more intentions for trading, my trading career, educating persons, you know, just having a community as well. I really want to focus my efforts on building a community and building a brand, on educating persons and giving value when it comes to anything trading related. So it's possible that I can put more effort in. I just need to restructure where I put my efforts. And since trading is already providing for me on the level where I don't necessarily need the job, if I already met the target that I set beforehand, then, you know, staying would just be pushing back things that I need to do. So I made the decision to, you know, resign. I gave them the 2 weeks notice, and I worked the 2 weeks, and by the time you guys are seeing this, I already left. And trust me, it was, to be honest, the best job I had thus far. It was the highest paying, I'm being honest with you. It's not the most prestigious or, you know, fancy looking, but at the same time, the colleagues were great. Like I said, the salary was great. The environment was great. I got to learn a skill that, you know, I could use in the future. It's not that I would be able to like rely or depend on it, but it is a high paying skill that could come in handy someday, you know. I wouldn't like for it to have to come in handy unless maybe I want to entertain a group of guests or something. But yeah, it still is something that I'm grateful for. The experience, most of all. One thing to note, it still did have a part to play in my psychology as a trader. Definitely a humbling period in my trading journey where I truly learned to not let the profit on the charts affect my psychology as heavily as it did before this period. Like, I really and truly believe that the period that I was employed part-time had some type of effect on my psychology. I might not be able to pinpoint in what way yet. Maybe in retrospect I'll be able to see it more clearly, but for right now I can feel the difference. I'm able to approach the chart with a more relaxed mindset, way of thinking. It was relaxed before, but you will know at what levels you are, and there is a level above this, there is a level above that, there will always be a level above things. So it's about acknowledging where you are and where you were and where you'd like to be. So we're here right now, and as I said, this trade that we took this morning was an L. So yeah, I was actually looking to buy if we got above and stayed above this area right here. So we have one close. If this candle right now that just close above there happens to close, then I'll be either buying right here or placing a pending order right there for a buy. But I am going long on NAS 100 right now. It's 2:45 p.m. 1:45 New York time. So let me just, actually, before I go long, let's just do a little top-down analysis, because this morning when looking at this buy order, I honestly, if I'm telling you the truth, I came from the daily all the way down to the 5-minute, and I did not see a sell, a possibility for a sell. But after this trade played out, I saw this price action right here as a beautiful retracement into a fair value gap on the hourly. That was a nice sell. You know, it's all according to my rules. If we just zoom in here and extend the charts just for a second so I can show you guys, it's actually according to my rules. Right here we have a low that was formed just before a high was broken. So we have two highs right here, right? This two highs was broken by this price action right here. This price action right here is just after this low right here was formed. So when we have this large ass bearish candle coming and breaking and closing below this low, two full close, then a retracement back into it right there, yeah, this here is a retracement back into this fair value gap. So I could sell from right there, anchor my stop right there, and aim for, I don't know, maybe this low right here, and I would get it. Or there's a fair value gap right between there, I would aim right there and I would get it. So it's all a possibility if I had just, you know, to be honest, pay attention. Yeah, I didn't pay attention to what the charts were saying. I was mostly just looking at the trend, want to put my bias, my daily bias or whatever the case is, onto the price action and run with it. But yeah, we're gonna be very much aware of what's going on. I can see liquidity being taken in the hourly. We're still bullish, right? The price right now I would say is at a discount if we're bullish. Down now, I don't usually check half an hour, but why not? It was a mistake. So the 15, there's a fair value gap right up here. So if price should push to the upside, right up here is one area of resistance. I was thinking to just buy right when price was at, it was what, 21,490. That's just like 10 pips away, 14 pips, 15 pips in the downside area. It's possible that price might have a little smaller retracement, so I'll just put a buy limit 21,447. I'll also send it out to the community so they'll have a chance to recover, because I believe Symphony took the trade with me live, so we both had a L. So just in case she's at the charts, or once we get to the zone, then she could get the chance to recover as well. Okay, I'm gonna take it right there. I ain't gonna risk too much. Alright, so if we should have a come down, a quick little 1 to 2 kind of, in a sense. Yeah, that'll be the trade idea. I'm gonna send this one out, and yeah. Another thing too, flap. So much things. That's why I delete the video that I recorded this morning. It was so many things happening at once that it was just too confusing to keep. With the 10K SiegFund account, I was doing some research, and it turns out that other prop firms as well basically do the same thing. Once you make it to live, you would have to leave a buffer. Not all prop firms. There are some prop firms that allow you to actually withdraw everything, and you just have like a reset of the account back to your starting condition. So whatever percentage from the starting balance that you were able to lose before, you can lose them. But other prop firms, there are some with the rules that, you know, you must leave a certain percentage of your capital. At SiegFund, however, they don't, you know, limit your percentage. They allow you to withdraw all, but, you know, you just have to keep in mind that once you withdraw all, your max trailing equity would be tagged to your starting balance. So if you choose to withdraw all, if you choose to, let's say you have $1,000 profit and you would like to withdraw $700 and leave a buffer of $300 so you can trade and make more money, then yeah, you can do that. You'll have $300 to trade with. Your daily loss or max loss would be set at the $300, you know, and as you continue to grow the account, so will your max loss, so will your overall loss, and everything will adjust according to your account size. So when it comes to the SiegFund 10K live account, as you guys know, I made that $300 withdraw. So after receiving that payout from SiegFund, instead of maybe using all of the profits to spend, your boy decided to reinvest back into the trading and purchase a 20K one step SiegFund challenge. So now I have a 20K challenge account. This one I'll have to redo the assessment stage, obviously, because it's a new account, but at the same time it's the same process, just different numbers. I'm going to be keeping the risk more or less the same. Don't want to go too crazy. As you can see here, today I already had an $80 loss. That's with 2 positions. That's absolutely no problem. It's very reduced risk. That was for this trade right here. But yeah, so the reason I decided to go for a larger account instead of, you know, blowing that other 10K account, which it will be blown after 7 days of inactivity, or if I decide to place a trade, regardless. But The reason I decided to go for another account would be their great conditions and the entire process of, like, you know, getting withdrawn, everything was smooth. It actually works, so that's a big thing when it comes to the prop firm industry. Just getting a prop firm that's going to pay you your funds when you're ready to request a withdrawal. But seeing that, you know, the process and everything, the trading conditions and all that with SiegFund was ideal, I just decided to reinvest back into the accounts where, even keeping my risk as in percentage wise the same, I'd be able to make enough to the point where I can withdraw and still leave a good enough buffer. So yeah, we're working with the 20k account right now. So in a sense, that kind of brings our total allocation to 31k for right now. So yeah, as you guys know, I'm only focusing on SiegFund, so I'll be giving you the full results of this entire journey. I took you through the entire process from the beginning of the 10k challenge phase all the way up to payout. Hopefully we'll repeat the exact same process on the 20k from the beginning of the challenge phase all the way to payout. And you know, yeah, hopefully it could inspire you to go ahead and do the same thing, purchase yourself an account, make it all the way to live, and you know, get your payout as well, if it's going to be a first payout or is going to be a first payout from Sieg Fund. Regardless, wishing you the best in your trading career. But for right now, we are still waiting on a possible entry. It looks like price might want to come down and give me that entry. For right here, looks like an entry that I can take because it is back at my initial entry at 21,490. So yeah, I'm gonna enter right there and put the buy limit a little lower and send it out to the community as well, so hopefully they'll get to catch it as well. And why not, I'm gonna send them the buy limit with a lower entry as well. But let me just open it. Alright, I'm going to open this one then and let this trade play out, and then I'm going to come back in and check in with you guys once we get to either stop loss or take profit, any one of our areas of interest. And yeah, I probably won't need to do much of a trade breakdown for this one, but I'll still give you guys that trade breakdown nevertheless. You know how we do it. Come back and check in with y'all in a couple of minutes.